Chapter 08. In the southeastern part of the Great Jura Forest, the struggle for survival looms large. Unlike humans, who often gather in large groups to sustain their food sources, monsters face the constant threats of drought and famine. They grapple with a formless enemy, an abstract foe that cannot be confronted physically. For monsters, the mantra of survival of the fittest governs their existence. "You will be Geld, the Orc Lord, Geld," a mysterious masked Majin said. "Hollow diamond, hollow diamond, hollow diamond." Shizu-san approached me with an unexpected request. She asked if I could hire her. I certainly could, but with this village lacking any formal currency system, all I could offer was high-quality food and a place to stay. To my surprise, she accepted the arrangement without hesitation. And just like that, Shizu-san became part of our growing ranks. Our journey so far has been anything but calm, yet now it feels like we're finally finding our rhythm. Gently and silently, Tempest is beginning to take shape. The nearby goblin villages are seeking our protection at an accelerated pace, swelling our population from 350 to over 1,200 in what feels like no time at all. Now, the challenge is to build a sturdy defense before the orcs come. We're focusing all our manpower and resources on constructing essential buildings, homes, a meeting hall, a public dining area, and a training ground. There's even talk of building a school for the children someday, but for now, the looming threat of the Orc Lord takes priority. With Shizu-san here, our town feels more secure already. Speaking of which, Seal has been amusingly persistent about asking my permission to go to the bath. Well, I can't blame her. That bath is luxurious, and honestly, if I could, I'd probably stay there 24/7 myself. But for now, our main focus lies elsewhere. Shizu-san should be meeting them soon. Yes, it's time to meet my first subordinates, the ogres. Shall we go and greet them once more? Hollow diamond, hollow diamond, hollow diamond. Well, all is going as expected, though last night Seal handed me a humbling defeat. Her punches still sting on my body, and I can't help but think, Seal-san is an enigma. But how do I even approach her? Even using my best abilities like magic detect, I can't find a single lead on her whereabouts. I'll probably have to ask Rimuru-san later. Though technically, Slime-san is our boss, he always insists I just call him Rimuru. Not a big deal, but still feels strange. For now, I'm on patrol duty, pulling out bounties from the forest. Nothing too exciting. Lady Shizu, thank you for patrolling over us, a passing hobgoblin called out with a smile. No need to thank me, I'm just doing my job, I replied, feeling a little embarrassed. Truthfully, I've just been slacking off. My position's more about watching for any bad situations, but since nothing unusual is happening, I've been lying beneath a tree on a hill, keeping an eye on the village. Though, can we even call it a village anymore? Our population has surged past the 1,200 mark. By human standards, this would be considered a small town. With rumors spreading about a powerful monster protecting the area, various goblin tribes have migrated here, seeking refuge. I was lying on the grass, mask on, staring at the sky, when suddenly. Warning! Emergency communication has been linked through. What's going on? It seems one of our patrol groups encountered ogres. I shot up instantly and rushed to the scene. When I arrived, I saw hobgoblins collapsed on the ground. Are you all right? I asked, shaking their bodies. Thankfully, they were just asleep. Ranga, I called out. Ranga was locked in battle with two ogres, so I ordered him to retreat. I took stock of the situation. 6 ogres. One of them, a red-haired ogre, looked like the leader. Another was an old man, but something about him screamed that he wasn't just some weak elder. There was also an indigo-haired ogre, his strength likely rivaling the red-haired one. A massive ogre wielding a hammer, a mature woman, and a refined lady who seemed responsible for casting the sleep spell on the hobgoblins completed the group. A masked Majin, the red-haired ogre snarled. Young lord, be careful. I sense great power from this Majin, the old ogre warned. But it looked like they were determined to challenge me. What's going on here? I asked, trying to defuse the situation. The red-haired ogre didn't bother explaining. Shut up. The moment we saw that mask, we knew, you're one of them. I don't know what you're talking about. You're just like the others. Is it that funny to see ogres defeated by orcs? Manipulating monsters, no human could do that. Reveal yourself, you evil Majin. He shouted, his anger spilling over. I sighed, not understanding the full situation. I'm telling you, I have no involvement in whatever this is. Idiotic for the mastermind to approach us herself, the indigo-haired ogre sneered. For the death of our brethren, your head shall be the price. So, they hold a massive grudge against some masked Majin. That much was clear, but when I looked at the hobgoblins, I could tell they weren't completely outmatched, even considering the power of these ogres. There's more to this. These ogres are monsters with reason. There has to be a way to make them understand. Hey, great sage, any advice on how to make them listen to me? Answer. The most optimal way of making them listen was to fight them. That wasn't the outcome I wanted, but considering the burning grudge in their eyes, it's doubtful they'd back down without a fight. Before I even had time to let the conversation sink in, the old man disappeared into thin air, only to reappear behind me. His sword slashed toward my back, but I managed to deflect it with my own blade, leaving him momentarily dumbfounded. I could tell right away, this old man isn't your ordinary swordsman. His skill is too refined. He's no doubt one of the highest-ranked sword wielders, a sword saint. If this ogre ever receives a name, it could be a disaster. Not just him either. I've fought ogres before as a veteran adventurer, but these 6, they are exceptional. No, actually, they are extraordinary. Ranga, meanwhile, was busy gathering the bodies of our patrol team, administering our town's unique full potions. It was a relief, but I had bigger problems at the moment. I probably shouldn't use any dangerous skills here. There's definitely something more going on, and if these 6 don't have fire resistance, I might accidentally incinerate them. I understand their animosity, but I wish they listen more to others. Suddenly, the light purple-haired woman charged at me, her morning star swinging with ferocious power. The force behind her weapon made my wrist tremble when I deflected it. Her physical strength is insane, but her movements are slow and predictable. Smarter approach. Don't try to block her attacks again. Wait, behind me. I barely dodged in time, the indigo-haired ogre's blade slicing through a strand of my hair. That was way too close. If I hadn't dashed back at the last second, I'd probably be dead right now. This guy's absurdly strong. The old man and the purple-haired woman were already impressive, but this indigo-haired ogre and the red-haired leader, they're on another level entirely. Then, from the side, the giant ogre swung his enormous hammer, trying to crush me. His blows had the same monstrous strength as the purple-haired woman's, but his technique lacked any real swordsmanship. He's a heavy lifter, but clearly inexperienced in battle. The fight continued, each of them testing my limits, but I had to find a way to end this without causing unnecessary harm. I couldn't afford to let this misunderstanding spiral out of control. Hollow diamond, hollow diamond, hollow diamond. I arrived at the scene, and to my surprise, Shizu-san was already handling the situation. I had intended to form an alliance with the ogres as soon as possible, but instead, I found myself captivated by Shizu-san's battle. Go Shizu-san, I cheered internally. I don't want to fight any further, can we stop this? Shizu-san, clearly standing above them in terms of strength, suggested. But the ogre's rage wasn't easily calmed. Shut up, this flame will incinerate you to bits. Ogre flame. A whirlwind of flames enveloped Shizu-san, consuming her whole body, but too bad, flame has no effect on me, she said calmly, stepping through the blazing vortex as if it were nothing. Shizu-san was incredible. It's identical to what Master did last time. Come on now, Seal, aren't we glad to see Shizu-san in action? She's amazing, right? No, it is nothing extraordinary. I deduce Master's logical reasoning is clouded by an unknown factor. Well, she's not exactly wrong. I could feel a slight tension. It seemed Seal had some issues with Shizu-san. Why was I getting scolded for this? At the very least, Seal didn't know the word simping. I'll show you what a real flame looks like, Shizu-san said confidently, her palms raised upward. Watch, she whispered, and my eyes widened. A shimmering new event unfolded before me. Shizu-san's flames turned a brilliant golden yellow. Golden flames materialized in her hands, swirling with intense heat. They were dangerous yet undeniably beautiful. Shizu's golden flames have been examined. It appears that when I implanted the spirit within her, it triggered a state similar to reincarnation or transferring to another world. Her desires and circumstances allowed her to evolve new skills. Oi, aren't Shizu-san acquiring too many skills lately? Can you list them out for me? Opening square bracket. Shizu Izawa's analysis. Unique skills. Open hollow corner bracket Great Sage close hollow corner bracket. Open hollow corner bracket Pyro Sage close hollow corner bracket. Open hollow corner bracket Degenerate close hollow corner bracket. Open hollow corner bracket Subsider close hollow corner bracket. Open hollow corner bracket Envy close hollow corner bracket. Additional skills. open hollow corner bracket magic detect close hollow corner bracket, open hollow corner bracket explosive fire magic close hollow corner bracket, open hollow corner bracket passive barrier close hollow corner bracket. Resistances. Open hollow corner bracket fire element immunity close hollow corner bracket, open hollow corner bracket mental attack immunity close hollow corner bracket, open hollow corner bracket physical attack immunity close hollow corner bracket, open hollow corner bracket thermal immunity close hollow corner bracket, open hollow corner bracket pain nullification close hollow corner bracket. Spiritual magic. Open hollow corner bracket great arcane flame spirit close hollow corner bracket. Closing square bracket. She's accumulating skills at an absurd rate. She's stacked. Especially open hollow corner bracket great sage close hollow corner bracket and open hollow corner bracket subsider close hollow corner bracket, those are some pretty impressive unique skills. We have another great sage now. Doesn't that mean there'll be 2 seals? As if I'd lose to an inferior great sage. CL's confidence sometimes borders on arrogance, but I couldn't help but chuckle at the rivalry brewing between them. That flame, it's not using the surrounding magicules. The energy from that flame comes entirely from the caster. Shuna exclaimed, visibly shocked. Magic arts is a method of creating powerful magical attacks without draining too many magicules. It works by combining 2 different types of magic into something new, like compound magic, or by drawing energy from the atmosphere. So this was the first time Shuna and the others were witnessing such a high-level display of raw power. Don't get me wrong. Having complex magic at your disposal is important, but without sufficient magical reserves, it's practically useless. You can have the most intricate spells, but if you don't have the energy to cast them, it won't make any difference in battle. How about this? Still want to continue? Shizu-san taunted, her golden flames swirling menacingly around her. Sweat dripped from Benimaru's face as he nervously assessed the situation. The abnormality in front of him was clearly weighing on his mind. Young lord, please flee with the princess. You must escape from here. Hekuro urged, his tone serious. Shut up. I'm carrying the weight of our dead tribesmen's hatred. How could I possibly run away now, when I've found our enemy? I still have my pride as the next ruler of the ogre clan. Benimaru shouted in defiance. Was his pride always this strong, or did he hit his head before this? Either way, he was being as stubborn as ever. If that's your decision, then I will stand by you until the end. Hekuro declared with fierce loyalty. I sighed. I knew a way to calm them down, but it was clear there was no getting through to them with words alone. So, I shifted back into my slime form. At the same time, Seal released the same magicules I emitted when I first met them. Immediately, Shuna and the others recognized the overwhelming aura. Their eyes widened in shock, and the intensity of the moment started to wane. Benimaru's jaw dropped. What is this overwhelming presence? Even Shizu-san took a cautious step back, though she maintained her composure, eyes locked on me. I bounced forward slightly, ensuring I had everyone's full attention before speaking. Calm down, already. I don't want to fight you. Can't we just talk this out? The oppressive tension in the air finally began to fade. Recognition dawned on Benimaru and the others. Upon noticing me hopping over to the area, Shizu-san and the patrols immediately came to my side, bowing their heads in respect. Oh, Rimuru-san, Shizu muttered, effortlessly dismantling the gigantic fireball in her hands. Master, Ranga called, running to me, while the hobgoblins, recovering from the brawl, quickly gathered. Great Rimuru, they all exclaimed, bowing deeply. The ogres, on the other hand, were dumbfounded. It seemed Shizu-san and the patrols were unharmed, and as I looked over at the ogres, I recognized the same group from before, the survivors of the ogre clan. The future ruler of the ogres, the red-haired supreme commander Benimaru, our expert in espionage and Benimaru's childhood rival, Soe, the sword savant, Hekuro, the greatest blacksmith in the world, Kurobi, the princess of the ogre tribe and Benimaru's little sister, Shuna, and then, of course, there was Shion. Hey, you there, I don't know what my people did, but can we talk this out? I asked, hoping to diffuse the tension. A slime, but this aura, Benimaru muttered, clearly conflicted. It was the mask again, causing misunderstandings. If they'd seen my cute little slime form from the start, they'd probably be charmed. But given the aura I was emitting, they should at least understand one thing, never to hold hostility toward me. Got a problem with slimes? I asked with a hint of amusement. Benimaru was clearly about to charge again, but Shuna quickly stepped in, placing a hand on his arm to stop him. Her intervention came just in time. Please wait, big brother. Shuna exclaimed, stepping in front of Benimaru. Move away, he snapped. No, this group is most likely not our enemy. She insisted, her voice firm. Nice job, Shuna. It was about time Benimaru's eyes were opened. This group was probably not connected to the attackers of our village. She reiterated, her determination shining through. That's right, princess. We're just trying to build a place to live comfortably, but your stubborn brother is all about vengeance. It doesn't make sense, does it? With the skill of the masked Majin standing over there, they could kill us at any time. But they went through all the trouble to talk with us, it doesn't add up. Atta girl, Shuna, willing to talk this out? I asked, hoping to ease the tension. Shizu-san, if you would, I requested, and understanding the intent behind my words, Shizu-san removed her mask and handed it to Shuna. This is, Shuna began, looking puzzled. Appearance-wise, it looks very similar, but this mask has the ability to restrain monstrous auras, I explained. Shuna examined the mask closely and concluded that we had no connection to the attackers. But the attackers of our village do not hide their auras, Hakuro pointed out, his brow furrowed in thought. Then, I apologize. It seems our desperation caused a grave misunderstanding. Please accept my apology, Benimaru said, his tone softening. Sure, I accept. Well, this place isn't suitable for a discussion. Let's head back to our village. You can come too, if you want, I offered. Are you sure? Benimaru asked, still wary. I want to hear about what you've been through, I replied. But we wounded your companions, he protested. And we did the same to yours, I countered. But no one died, so we'll call it even. Besides, we're having a feast tonight. The more, the merrier, right? With that, the food situation was stabilized. Rigurd was practically going bananas organizing a feast, more like the entire village was preparing for a grand dinner. More specifically, Shizu-san had done most of the work herself. Thus, the battle that had begun before anyone truly understood what was happening came to an end. Shuna reversed the sleeping spell, and we made our way back to the village. The patrols brought the bounty they'd gathered from the forest, escorting us from behind. Shizu-san and I rode on Ranga, while the ogres followed not far behind. Now, Rimuru and the gang had safely returned to their little village, having regained their ogre friends. To be continued.